Good morning. It is Wednesday, I believe, the 13th. And I'm going to be doing, I saw a request for the Juvia's Place Coral palette. And I figured, just the same reasoning as before. Let me just throw in the Juvia's Place Sahara and Blush Volume 2. A highlighter. Some bronzer, but it's not from Juvia's Place. And we'll just kind of do... I've already got the base makeup down and I already got the brows done. Let's go ahead and add some gel to the brows maybe. I usually don't do this before I do the eyeshadow, but the brows are just looking a little weak today. They still look weak. I don't know. All right. We are going to go ahead and start with the bronzer because that's what I always do. This is the Too Faced bronzer. I love this shade here too. It looks almost like a highlighter shade. But I don't know. And that's the bronzer shade. It's a little light, which is what I was going for. I'm going to grab this little brush first. I can't place that smell. And then we're going to use this bigger brush, and we're just going to go all in it, and we're going to do the forehead. I'm trying to focus just on this side. If you have a bigger forehead, you want to make it smaller. Okay, what's going on there? You see that? This is the powder brush I use. Trying to make it look the same. I don't know how I do that every time where it doesn't look similar on both sides. I might cut the cheekbones in a minute with the Morphe powder. All right. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and do that real quick. I cleaned my beauty blenders. Even though I have more, let's go ahead and cut these cheekbones real quick. I mean this. These sponges like this are more precise for this. And I found if I don't bake under my eyes, it actually looks a little better. I'm working on it. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna grab the Sahara 2 blush palette. This is what the colors look like. My favorite, there is a bronzer in here. I think I could have used that as a bronzer. It's a little orangey. Okay. My favorite one in here is this light one. Sometimes this one. And the other thing is, if you get a blush palette similar to this and the colors, not all the colors work for you, that shimmer blush, depending on your makeup look, you can use that as the shimmer on your eyeshadow if you need to. Just a thought. It's a very pigmented blush. And it's more pigmented than I remembered, and it went too far up. I'm trying to blend it in together with the other. Okay. We got a little bit of pink. I'm not going to add no more to this. It's not coming off on camera as much as it's coming off on the color-wise, it's coming out really bright in person. I think these beauty lights. This is the Juvia's Place loose highlighter in Nefertiti. It's a very beautiful color, and the thing I've loved about these loose highlighters is you see all that on the lid? You could take your brush, roll it around in there, and you get quite a bit of highlight. This one's cheaper, and it reminds me a bit of the Almarizi one. Let me see if I can. It might be a little more gold. Let me see if I could get my Almarizi one out and swatch them next to each other. I know I have one that is so similar. I want to say it's these two. This is the Almarizi one. And let me build up the other one. See, they are so similar and shine so beautiful. The Almarizi one is a little lighter, but basically the same. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative. And now that Almara is not available. Okay. I do love this highlighter. Let's go ahead and find my powder brush. And try to get rid of that powder. And now let's take this e.l.f. setting spray. And we're gonna take the foundation sponge. I did clean this. In fact, it was white before I started using it today. This is the Sonia Kashuk one. I'm loving it. And I did clean it. One thing about the setting spray is I like how it lowers the highlighter just a little bit for those who are worried about it. All right, let me go ahead and put this in there. Now, the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral. It looks like this. It's very pretty. There's no mirror. Has some very beautiful shades. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this, so if it looks like the same look as I did before, I'm sorry. Let's start with the gray, actually, because phone ring. I'm sorry. We're gonna go into the gray. We're gonna start the light gray right there. It doesn't look like I've ever used that one, so we're just gonna tap into it and put it as our transition. It's very cold here today. It's like 36 right now. And I know some of you are colder than that. Stay warm. And if you don't have to be outside, there's been so many accidents. If you don't have to go anywhere, please don't go anywhere. We don't have ice on our roads. We don't have the whiteout conditions that Ohio had yesterday. But I know some of you are in Ohio, so please let me know if you're okay. That would be awesome, because I heard about the accidents they've been having and everything. So I would like to know that my peoples are okay. All right, I'm gonna use this shade switcher if I can get it open by Ulta. I need to clean this one too. My hair is in here. All right. We're going to go into the darker gray shade. It's up at the top. And we're going to put that into the crease. I think I stayed with the warm colors last time, the warmer browns and stuff. which I was drawn to do today, but I don't want to be one of those people that just do all the same looks. And you wanted a different look from this. It is a little bit not showing, but it looks like it can be built up, which is nice. That is being able to be built up a little bit. It's not patchy. That's what I love about these shadows. I want it to be deeper than it is. If you have a lighter skin tone, it would already be deep on you. See, look, let me swatch it real quick and show you. See? With my skin tone, that's probably not the best crease shade, but I'm trying not to use the warmer colors, like I said, because I'm pretty sure I used them last time. But you see how I'm able to build it up to a really dark gray? I'm able to build it up without it looking too horrible. I like that, because some shadows you try to build them up and it looks really bad. I know it's not blended out yet. I'm gonna look at these other colors and see which one of these shimmers I want to use. Part of me would like to go and finish out the gray, but the other part of me wants to see how these other brighter shimmers would look with the gray look. But that gray shimmer there in the second one is calling to me, but I think we're going to ignore the call. I think we're gonna go in. I really want to go in with this shade. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have a name on it. I think I want to go in with that one. Let's see. Or, yeah, we're gonna go in with that one. Let me grab a flat brush, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do this without the cut crease canvas stuff. In case you're new here, I'm gonna pat it down and push it into the crease. With a flat brush, like so. Grab a little bit more. All right, and then we're gonna do the other side real quick. All right, let's grab a little bit more on this side. And if you want it to really stay and you can't seem to get it to go exactly how you want, spray your brush with a setting spray. Dab it into the shade. And then pat it on there. There we go. And then we're gonna grab it again. We're gonna go up a little higher on this side so that they match. And if you paid attention, I wasn't having as much trouble getting the pigment to stay on this eye like I normally do. And another good thing about using the setting spray on here is it's kind of setting it as it's going. I'm looking underneath my eyes. I don't see any fallout. Okay, we're gonna grab a blending brush, a clean one. We're gonna go into that gray color real quick. the darker gray still. Okay, that's the scar from that. All right, so now we're also going to take the lighter gray and we're going to add it to the top half to sort of blend it into each other like so. I don't see a lot of the lighter gray, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the brush I used to begin with. Okay, there we go. We got a little bit of it. All right. Now that we got that, we're going to take a little bit of the really light color. It's the first one in the palette. We're going to dip our little inner corner brush in there. And then I want to grab the brush that we used to put the transition shade down. And we're going into the transition shade, the light gray. And we're putting it along the bottom. All right, and then we're going to take this brush and we're going to go into the dark gray and pull it across.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, now I want to take that light gray that I put on the inner corner and just kind of tap it on the center right there. It blends in, but it gives it a little more sparkle across the top of it. All right, let's grab the blending brush again. Okay. It's kind of not exactly what I've had in mind, but it does look really pretty in person. I'm not sure how it's picking up on camera. We're gonna grab this gold eyeliner from Urban Decay. All right, then I was gonna show y'all how I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes real quick. Then I'm gonna take the CoverGirl Lash Primer. My favorite one is the L'Oreal one. But I ran out of it because it's my favorite. You can see a little bit of the white on these bottom lashes especially. And try not to stick the wand in your eye. Okay, we're gonna do that eye probably off camera, but let me finish this. Wow. Mistakes were made. Let's try to get this one done. All right, let me grab, my hand is clean. Trying to dry this up and see if I could get it to open. All right, let's go ahead and try to do this. I don't know how much of the primer is left on there after all those tears. Okay. Oh boy, okay. There we go, now we're getting it to work. This side is a little harder because it's all wet. But if you use the right eyelash primer, your eyelashes can look really big and really pretty. See how that one looks bigger than the other one? Which is odd considering half of it's probably on my face. And I put a little bit on there. I pick them up. This side right here is all messed up. And it doesn't take your mascara off to do that. Crying because you stabbed yourself in the eye with the eye primer. Okay, that's why. Let me see if I can show y'all this. I had to throw away a Troublemaker mascara by Urban Decay. You see how the bristles are really big on one side? When I flipped it like this, I stabbed myself because the bristles don't do that all the way around. It's like one row is big, one row is not. That's why I stabbed myself. Lovely. Let's put a little bit of lip liner on. This eye look is really muted and some of it's washed away from tears. Okay, there's that. And we're going to take the Persona in Flamingo. It's a matte. I love the way this smells. And because it's a matte, I'm going to take a little bit of Buxom. And there's that. Let's take the last bit of setting spray we're going to set. I just love this e.l.f. one. I know people say that the Morphe one feels so refreshing. To me, the e.l.f. one is so refreshing. I could actually feel it on my skin. I can't really feel the Morphe one. Okay. That eyelash is gonna just look crazy all day. Bottom line is what happens when you poke yourself in the eye. Let's go ahead and pull the hair down. Brush it down a little bit from being up. And this is the final look using the Nubian palette. I love the Nubian palette. I love all of Juvia's Place's palettes that I have so far. If there's any other palettes you want to see, let me know down below. And I hope this video wasn't too long. I just noticed the second part's been 17 minutes. But I think that's probably because I poked myself in the eye, and I'm sorry. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.